Hey Leo, thanks for visiting. And as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. I was very behind last week. I didn't get them all done. I'm very, very sorry about that. I am back on track with everything. So yeah, I'm not going to say any more about that. I'm just going to get right onto your reading for Leo right now. So the first card you have for your past is the Ten of Cups. This is a beautiful card. I think you're expecting to go through not a very good time, and you actually went through a much happier time than you were expecting. And I think this is around family. Maybe this was a family get-together or some kind of family thing. It might have been around Christmas or New Year or whatever it was. This is when these things kind of happen. And things were probably a lot more low-key than you were expecting as well. But this was really good, actually, because I think low-key was what you really wanted anyway. I'm feeling a lot of peace around this, actually. So things were quite quiet. But yeah, I keep on seeing that, yes, you were very happy with things being quiet and peaceful, and that's kind of what you wanted. You're probably quite exhausted by this time. You probably just wanted to have things as peacefully, or be as peaceful as you could have. I'm also seeing someone who might have been dreaming about this, not literally, but kind of in a dreamy way, kind of daydreaming or something like that. I think they were dreaming about what's on this card, actually, what's on this card with you. But they were dreaming about happy families, love, contentment. I think you might actually know who this person might be. It's not someone who you're involved with right now. That's what I'm seeing. It's someone who might have been in your past. Because I'm seeing someone thinking that they'd kind of messed things up with you, really. And what they truly wanted with you was this. They wanted this with you, what's on this card. And you know, sometimes the tens can be a little bit too much, if that makes sense, a little bit over the top, a bit overkill kind of thing. I mean, if you think about the Ten of Swords, which is here as well, and the Ten of Wands, which is also here as well, overkill, over the top. The Ten of Wands is too exhausted. He's doing too much. The Ten of Swords, obviously, he's been hurt so much that he's kind of lying down dead. So it's over the top. And that's what this is here. I mean, I'm not saying that this is an unrealistic card. People can have these beautiful, happy families with wonderful things and everything all lovely. They can. But the way this person's thinking about it is that they're thinking about this in an over-the-top way, in a kind of a rose-coloured glasses kind of a way. I think there might have been an obstacle between you and this person, and I think what happened was this was kind of centered around something that they did, something that they definitely regret. That's what I'm seeing. But they weren't focusing on this regret when they were kind of thinking about you. They were thinking about, they were just thinking about this fantasy. They were just thinking about, oh, imagine if this happened. And they weren't even thinking logically. It was kind of like they kind of shut their eyes and they were like imagining all these amazing things. And oh, imagine if I was with this person and this and that and all of that. So really, I think if you want to have, or not you, but if they wanted to have something with you, they really should have thought about this realistically. They should have thought about all the problems that happened, the problems that caused the separation between you. I mean, you weren't separated just for no reason. There was a reason why. And I think if they focused on that, thought about that, then they'd see things a bit more realistically. And I'm seeing that they really wished that they could take a lot of things back, and that also they probably wished that they could turn back time as well, turn back to a time when, you know, before all of this happened. That's what I'm seeing. That's what they would love. They'd love to go backwards, but yeah, unrealistic. This is the key word I'm getting in this card. Unrealistic imagination, and that's what this person had. So yeah, the next card you have your past is the Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, you probably weren't focused on this person who was kind of dreaming about you. I don't think you totally removed them from your mind. They're on there somewhere in some form, but you weren't focused on them at this time. You definitely won't. And I think that when you separated from this person, I think even though it was a big struggle for you, and it was for them as well when this all happened, obviously it was a bad time for you, you were really determined to kind of focus on new things, focus on achieving things. And I'm seeing you were trying to get yourself into a better position in all sorts of different areas, but definitely financially. And that's a big area I'm seeing that you were trying to kind of get yourself into a better position in. I know I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. So yes, you had a lot of things at this time that you wanted to manifest. I'm actually seeing one main thing. This is around money, and a few smaller things as well. But I think you were just at the planning stages of everything at this time. I think you were looking forward to the next year, and you were looking into working out how you were going to achieve these things that you were trying to manifest. I think this new year is going to be really fantastic for you, actually, especially financially. This is going to be a big financial year for you. And both of these cards, this one and the Ten of Cups, are about contentment, feeling happy, feeling satisfied after achieving something or after getting something that you want. And that's what you're going to get next year. But if you want to achieve this main financial goal, especially this one that you have, I think you're probably going to have to remove some things that might be in your way, that were in your way in 2018. I think you're going to have to streamline your time really, really ruthlessly, actually, because I think this year there are a lot of things in your way, a lot of things stopping you from kind of reaching your potential, doing things financially, working hard, getting there, concentrating. And I think a lot of little things were stopping you. I think also some people were taking up your time and taking up your energy, especially your mental energy. So I think, you're really going to have to eliminate anything that that will possibly get in your way next year. I think this will happen. You have the Ace of Pentacles. This is going to happen, but how quickly things are going to happen, I think, are going to depend on how much time you have to concentrate on this thing, and how many things you can kind of get out of your way before you can do that, if that makes sense. Because there's a narrow path. If you look at this card, there's a narrow golden path, and it's leading you through to this mountain, and you want to climb up this mountain. That's where you're going. Now, not many people can fit on this path with you. Only you can fit on this path, and people who are going to enhance your energy, not drain your energy. So it's only a very small group of people that are going to be able to fit on this path with you. Now, I'm not suggesting that you remove people from your life totally, but you really won't have time for kind of any energy drains. If you want to be able to achieve this thing, you're going to have to concentrate. If you want to stay on this path, you want to have people who are going to bring you energy, bring you positivity, bring you encouragement on this path with you. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your past is the Magician. So again, you can do this, you can manifest this, you absolutely can. I keep on seeing you trying to achieve this one specific financial goal. You might have struggled to do it in this past year, but next year, in 2019, you're definitely going to be able to do this. I can see this, look at this, you have the Ten of Cups, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and you have the Magician. And I think, you've always had the ability to do this, and I think you've known this in your head, but you haven't known this in your heart yet. And I think that for the first time, maybe at this time, you might have been starting to realize that you actually could do this. I mean, look at this infinity symbol over this magician's head. He's always had the ability to manifest whatever he wants, and he always will. He will always have that with him throughout his whole life. You have always been able to do this as well, achieve what you want. But you had to be able to feel and believe that this is what you could do. And I think at this time is the first time when you've actually started to believe this totally in your heart, that you could do this. This is like an inner shift that was happening inside of you, and it had to happen. This is what was starting to happen to you at this time. And yes, so within, as within, so without, I'm trying to say. So as within, what's within you becomes what's outside of you when you're manifesting. This is what's going to happen in 2019. Now, I don't know if this is going to make any sense to you, but what I'm seeing is you're going to be, this is going to happen next year. You're going to be, or in 2019, whenever you're listening to this, it's going to be in 2019. I'm seeing you speaking in front of a group of people. Now, this might have something to do with this thing that you're trying to manifest. Whatever this is, I am seeing people. I'm seeing people listening to you. I'm seeing people being really interested, really fascinated by what you have to say. I'm seeing people asking you questions. And I'm seeing you really, really commanding this audience, really being in charge of this audience, this group of people. And so, you know, when you've achieved this thing, it might be that you have a lot of people around you asking you for advice, asking you how you did this, if that makes sense. Or it might be a part of a business that you achieve that brings you this financial success. And that might be, this might be that you have clients asking you questions. But I am actually seeing you in front of a group of people. So I don't know if this makes any sense to you now, but maybe keep this and look back when it's at the end of 2019 and see what happened. So the first card you have for your present is the Hermit. So what I'm seeing in this card is one thing at a time, one thing at a time. This Hermit has a very narrow path in front of him, just like what I was seeing in the Ace of Pentacles, a narrow path. He can only see where his lantern takes him in front of him. He isn't letting anyone distract him from what he's thinking, where he's going, what he's doing. And I think even if there were people around him or beside him trying to distract him, trying to get his attention, he still wouldn't be able to see these people. He only wants to see where he's going. He only wants to see where his lamp is leading him. So this is another reminder to you again to eliminate any distractions around you, so that you can focus on where you're going and what you're doing. I'm also seeing a person around you, a kind of a newer person around you, a new relationship or a new love connection. It might be that you're just talking to them, or it might be that you're actually in a relationship with this person. So if you are in a relationship, this could be another reason why you weren't focused on this ex, or whoever this was in the Ten of Cups, but maybe you just didn't want to focus on them. But yes, things are probably happening very, very slowly between you and this person in the Hermit card. You might not be communicating very much at all with this person at this time. I don't know. I'm not seeing any major problems between you. I'm not seeing any great big fights or arguments, but there is a kind of a slowness. There's a kind of I'm just getting this kind of stagnant feeling around this situation with this person. It might just be for practical reasons. It might be because they're busy or you're busy, but I think that it might be, I'm seeing a few things. I'm not seeing this really happening quickly. I'm not seeing this really taking off, actually. This is, I'm just telling you the truth here. I think, you know, you're very introspective at this time, obviously, when you have the Hermit card, and you're focused on your path and where you're going and what you want to achieve. And you might be giving this person the feeling that you want to be alone. You know, you do want to focus, you do want to be by yourself, to focus on what you're doing. You might not realize that you have this sort of invisible barrier around you, but I think I don't think you're not getting a great big huge love, wonderful feeling with this person. I think it's fine. I don't think there are any big problems, but it is quite slow and stagnant, and I don't think, I really hate to say this to you, but I really don't think this is really going to last in the long term anyway. It might be fine for now, but I think eventually you might come to an ending with this person. Yeah, so the next card you have for your present is the Seven of Swords, yes. So yeah, this card, obviously this is a horrible card. It can be about cheating, stealing, being selfish, all of that kind of thing. I'm not getting that in this card. I'm getting this feeling of breaking away. I think this person in this Hermit card, they're feeling this force field around you, and they might be thinking that you're distancing yourself from them. I don't think it's deliberate, but I think they might be kind of imagining it might be deliberate. And they might be thinking that you might eventually run away from them, like the man on this card. You might run away from them and you might steal their heart, or hurt them, or both. I don't think you mean to do that at all. If this is resonating with you, definitely talk to this person. Definitely tell them that you just need to focus, and that's why your mind's somewhere else at this time. But even though I can still see this kind of stagnancy towards you. I can't see you're deliberately trying to hurt them. I can't see they're trying to hurt you. I can't see there's arguments or any problems. But there's this kind of slow stagnancy, and I think you're both picking up on this feeling, and I don't think it feels great. That's just what I'm seeing there. The last card you have for your present is the Page of Cups. So yeah, this card can be a bit silly, a bit superficial. It can be fun, it can be dreamy, it can be emotional and all these things, but the emotions aren't deep emotions. It's kind of, it's not a very serious card. So I think this person might still be daydreaming about you, this person in the Ten of Cups, this ex or whoever this is. I'm still seeing them kind of overlooking the realities of things, the realities of what happened. Pages can be about messages, but I'm not sure if they're actually going to approach you or message you or say anything to you at this time. I think they want to. I think they're really dreaming about it, thinking about it. They want to approach you, but I don't think they're going to be doing that, even though they're imagining this. And I think deep down they probably know that they're kind of indulging in a fantasy, because if they thought that they'd realistically be able to approach you or have some kind of a chance with you without any fallout or problems, I think they probably would have done it by now. But they're not realistic, they're just dreamy. This is what they're imagining, that they're going to come up to you, be all funny and fun, on a beach somewhere, maybe that's where this man is, and it's all going to be beautiful and wonderful in the Caribbean or some dreamed destination, and they're going to come up and say, I love you so much, and you'll kind of walk hand in hand into the water. It's not going to be like that. That's just what's in their head. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is, yes, the Ten of Wands. So I think this financial goal that you're working toward, it's not going to be easy, and I think you know that. I think you're prepared for that. You know that nothing's ever easy and perfect. The track to success, it's a narrow path. I was seeing it's also not a kind of a straightforward path. It has lots of roadblocks in front of it. It has lots of ups and downs. But I think, you might not realise how difficult some of these problems that you'll face are actually going to be, which is kind of good in a way, because I think if we all started things knowing what kind of problems are ahead of us, we wouldn't start anything. So this is a good thing. I'm glad you're actually going to be starting this, so don't let any of this stop you. Don't let any of this put you off. I think, there are going to be times when you won't be sure if you're heading in the right direction. But if you work at this and you follow your instincts and you know what you're doing, definitely follow your instincts, you're going to be going in the right direction, whether you realise it or not. The man on this card's heading in the right direction. He's heading toward his home. And he's heading to where he wants to be. This is where he wants to be. But he can't see the home in front of him because there are all these wands in front of him. He doesn't realise where he's going, but he keeps on going there anyway. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to keep on going, and you're going to get to where you want to be, definitely. Even when you can't realise that's where you're going, you are going to be going in the right place. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is that I'm looking at these wands, and there are new green leaves on the ends of these wands, kind of in the top part of these wands. Now these are like kind of new, fresh ideas. And I think you're going to get a lot of these new, fresh ideas while you're working on this thing, this project. And there's going to be a kind of, because I'm seeing you're working really, really hard, you have your head down, you're pushing and pushing and pushing this. Don't ignore the ideas that come to you. Don't just think, oh, they're just silly ideas, I just have to keep pushing ahead, pushing ahead. No, don't ignore them. These ideas might help you to get to your destination faster. They might show you a quicker way to do things. They might show you an easier way to do things. They might show you something totally different that's going to really help you to push this into a new direction, a better direction. So these ideas are there to help you, and they're coming to you for a reason. You have the Ace of Pentacles, so whenever things come to you, when you have the Ace of Pentacles in a reading, they're a gift to you, they're a gift for you. So keep them, take note of them, write them down, do whatever you can do with these ideas. Don't dismiss them, don't ignore them. They're all going to be useful for you. The next card you have for your future is the Knight of Cups. So again, this axe, so whoever this is, they're probably still going to be thinking about you in a kind of a dreamy way, an unrealistic way, same kind of thing. But again, you know, they're not going to take action on this, so I don't think I'm going to say any more about this. This is frustrating me. It frustrates me when people dream about things and they don't take action, you know, so that's what I'm seeing here. So I don't want to be frustrated anymore by this person. Again, I'm seeing creativity in this card again. I'm seeing more creativity. Some of these ideas that you're getting, they might seem a bit crazy to you, but again, make a note of them, write them all down, don't dismiss them. They're all going to be very, very important to you. Yeah, make a note of them. These are all gifts to you. I'm seeing the same thing again. These are all going to be useful to you. Write them all down. Even if they sound crazy, even if they seem ridiculous, these are all gifts that are going to help you with this thing that you're working on. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your future is the Ten of Swords. Yes. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything hugely dramatic happening like this card. Don't worry, you're not going to be murdered or anything like that. This could be a warning to you. I think you are going to have to try to address this stagnant, slow situation with this person in the Hermit card. Again, I'm not seeing any great big arguments, any big fights, but I think after a while, if this keeps going without you either addressing this and moving forward from this kind of stagnant feeling, or if you don't move on and break up with this person eventually, which is I'm seeing that you probably will do eventually, I'm sorry to say, but if you don't address this in some way, it is going to turn into resentment, it is going to turn into unhappiness, and this resentment leads to arguments, leads to these kind of things. So don't let this get this far. Address this in some way, either talk to them and kind of get to a better place with them so that you're not feeling like this with them and they're not feeling like that with you, or you might have to move on from this person. It's going to be one or the other, but you can't keep up with this stagnant kind of slow situation. Something really has to be done about this one way or another. That's what I'm seeing. So Leo, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone, but again, if you like this reading, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment if you would like to. Thank you so much for watching.